Good afternoon, friends. Today we are going to discuss another topic of the from the OOPS, and the topic is access modifier in C++. Okay, so this is the one of the important topic that we are going to discuss today. As we know that in C there is all the members are public by default, but in C++ we have uh, we have different kind of visibility zone that is known as a access specifier. Access specifier or modifier are the special keyword that is used in C++, and it control the visibility. Means as we know that in the class there is a data and function that we use. So in which particular level the data and function is going to be accessible from the outside of the class. So access modifier decide that what are the visibility that is going to given to the data and the member function. Okay, so access modifier gives the uh, concept of data hiding. Okay, it simply means that access modifier decide that what are the levels of the accessibility of the data. Okay, so access specifier usually comes, or we can classify the access modifier that we use in C++ in a three category, that is public, protected, and private. There are three type of access specifier that we use in C++. One is public, protected, and private, as you can see in the particular picture. So what is public, private, and protected? Let's discuss one by one. Public simply means that all the data or member function that we declare by using the public, that is accessible from anywhere. It simply means that it can be accessible from the outside of the class. Okay, so that kind of thing is there for the public specifier. The next one is private. Private simply means, as the name is suggesting us, that those the data member that we keep under the private section, so that is not accessible from the outside of the class, and it is totally private. Okay, so in the C++, all the member that we write in the C++, that is by default become the private. Okay, if we don't mention any access specifier, either public, private, or protected, so by default all the member will be considered as a private. So now the third one is protected specifier. The protected simply means protected is used in the case of inheritance, we inherit, where one class is inherited by the another class. So in the inheritance, child classes reuse or modify the data and function while keeping hidden from the outside world. So that is protected specifier are used. Uh, by the use of protected specifier, members are accessible inside the class, and that is derived from the class. So that is the purpose behind using the protected specifier in the C++. Suppose this is the theoretical portion. Now we take one of the program in order to make it more clear the concept of, especially I am just taking the access specifier here, that is public. So we are just going to discuss the public, and I will also mention the private also. Okay, so let's start one of the program. So through that program we try to understand how the concept of public and protected usually work. So this is one of the program where we are just entering the age. Okay, so just start from the very beginning. In that particular program, we have just declare one of the class, and the class name I have mentioned that I have just given class is sample. And and the next thing that I did in that particular program, I have declared data member here, and that particular data member I have just kept that data member in the public. Here you can see that access specifier that I have used in order to define the data type age, that is public. Okay, it simply means that this particular age value will be accessible from the outside of the class, and it is accessible to all one. Okay, now the next thing that I did here, I have declared one of the function that is display age. Okay, and inside the display age, in the body, I am just printing that particular age number. Okay, so this is the work of the function. And now comes to the main. In the main, I have just created one of the object from the class sample, that is obj1. And here I am just uh, taking the age from the prompt, and then I am storing the value from age to obj1. Okay, so now when we are calling the particular function that I have mentioned in the class sample, I have used the obj1, that is the object I have created from the class sample. So I am using the obj1 dot display age. So simply this function that I have mentioned in the above class sample, that function will be executed. Okay, now because why it is happening, uh, why it is happening, why the particular age value will be accessed, because the particular age I have mentioned in the public domain. So that's why it become possible. Suppose if I change the domain or access specifier, instead of public, if I mention private here, then what will happen? In such a case, this particular age become private, and it will be not accessible from the outside of the class. Okay, so that kind of data hiding is possible if we use the concept of public and private in our program. Here I have just used the public, and verbally I have just tried to explain you how the private keyword can be used here. Like suppose instead of public, if I mention private, in such a case age will be not accessible by that particular object that I have mentioned in the main function. Okay, so this is all about the program that is for the access specifier. Thank you. This is all for today.